Yo, what's going on, guys? Sekapoko here, bringing you another 7 Daily Sins Grand Cross video. This is going over the news and talking about all the fun things that are going to be happening on, I believe, 8/10, which is going to be August 10th. So, guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. In today's news, it came early by like 4 hours, and I was not prepared for it. So, the game is going to undergo maintenance to provide a more stable gaming experience. Sounds fun. First thing we gotta know is that for the 8/10 update, it's going to be actually a much longer update and an earlier maintenance. The maintenance period is typically from 10 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time all the way until 12:30. About 1 o'clock in the morning, 12:30 a.m. But now it's actually going to be a 4 p.m. maintenance starting on 8/10, so it's going to be a very early maintenance tomorrow, going all the way till 8:30 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Please understand the maintenance has been determined due to all Netmarbles undergoing technical issues. Technical maintenance. Said the maintenance will be taken between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. You will not need to access the game in the forums for this time. Okay, so there's actually going to be a full maintenance period between 4 and 6 that you can't access the forums, no other information. You can only access it after 6 p.m. hopefully. But, you know, it's going to be until 8:30 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. So that's basically what they're saying that it's going to be. Please check our official Facebook page for the details. You'll be able to use the forum once Netmarble's maintenance ends, and you'll be able to play the game once the game's maintenance ends. Thanks for the very detailed description of exactly how the maintenance period works. I actually had no idea that during a maintenance period we weren't able to log into the game because the first 97 didn't queue me in. So we're just going to keep moving. New chapters can be Chapter 11. Chapter 11 was where they had cosmetic upgrades and a lot of other fun things. So hopefully we get some cool stuff in this update, and there's going to be a lot of fun things. Now, for the first thing up in the list, we have the new heroes. There'll be 2 of them. There'll be Monspeet of Retinance, which is the green Monspeet, I believe, and the second one's going to be the red Monspeet. Both of these are going to be very, very mid-grade units, but one of them actually I was looking into, and he might be a little top tier, and we might have overlooked him. So I will be going over him in this video. There's also going to be the Burning in Silence costume sets going to be available for Monspeet. These are going to be available for gems within 2 weeks, so just know that they're going to be out forever, and you can pick these up whenever you'd like to. There are his permanent cosmetic sets. There's an SR set, there's a SSR set, and a UR set, just like normal for every other character in the game. There's also the Black Flame uniform set 2 rerun. Most likely, since the Black Flame set 1 was on an only purchase period, you're probably only going to get these for dollars and not going to be able to pick these up for diamonds, so just know that they are the second set of cosmetics for the Black Flame units. I believe this one was the ones with like Escanor in it, Merlin, Gother, and I want to say Fat King, but I could be wrong. I'll have to go back and look, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Chat will correct me if I'm totally incorrect, and you'll be able to see it on the screen of exactly what it is. Moving on past that, the coin shop material exchange limit increase. Material is going to get 1 purple stone for 1 gold coin, 20 per day. Fuck that. Don't do these at all. Super not worth, even if you're Omega Whale. I saw Alex do this, and I was like shaking my head so freaking hard. Please, 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 please do not exchange for these. They're not worth. Okay, draw pool editions are going to be Ale Collector Bond part 2, as well as the other ones. So those are going to be available. I got to close off Kitty Go Burr because Kitty Go Burr in my face right now. R.I.P. Have new engraving heroes. The first one that's going to be really, really important. Merlin is getting UR gear. Say it again. Merlin's UR gear is coming tomorrow. So if you want to get Merlin's UR gear, really good to get it. Second, should I go for an attack defense Merlin or an HP and defense Merlin? Well, an attack defense set is what I currently have on the JP version. What I have noticed is a lot of time, because I do have a Merlin that is an attack defense Merlin, I do have some issues with breaking HP barriers for combat class. So what I would recommend for some players is, if you're looking to use a frontline Merlin and use her in PvP, I would recommend, if you're using a green Merlin as a frontline unit, to go for an attack defense. If you're going to be using a backline Merlin, a backline unit is just as a supporting unit in order to give yourself ultimate gauge rush for a lot of your teams, and HP and defense is far superior because you're going to get a lot more combat class. The other thing is, The other character that thrives very, very heavily and well off an HP and defense set is going to be Red Merlin. So Red Merlin does very, very well with an HP and defense set. However, if you do want to go with any kind of attack-based Merlin that's going to be coming in the future, you're definitely going to need it to build out for that, for an attack-defense set. If you wanted to get a high-damage support character for both your Meliodas as well as get your high-damage support for Escanor, you're definitely going to need that attack-defense set instead of going for an HP and defense set. Now, there's going to be ending events and bundles. We're going to lose the 7 Deadly Sins special draw event, which is the coin shop banner that's going to be leaving. The increased daily test war is going to be leaving. The Undying Bond Train growth event is going to be leaving. So there's probably going to be a growth event going to be coming in lieu of that. There's also the special pendant bundle, the Red Demon, Gray, and Crimson bundles are going to be leaving as well. The special upgrade bundles for 1 and 2, and of course, the most important part of the news that I just literally got a text in right now. From a man, the myth, the legend, CM Gold. He says, the Diamond BOGO has reset. Sekapoko, make sure to let everyone know that the Diamond BOGO has reset. Fuck you. No, it's not reset. I ain't buying shit. I am not buying Diamond BOGO. Not doing it. Also, the Worlds I Can't Say pickup draw event is going to be leaving as well, which I believe is the Bond banner. That one's leaving as well. So those are the big things that's going to be happening for this maintenance period. So the next thing we're going to be going over is going to be 2 of the things that we're going to be going over. If we're going to just go over the first off, we're going to go over the 2 new units. And then second, we're going to go over one of the things that we may have overlooked in comparison for one of the strengths of one of the units that's going to be coming out tomorrow. Alrighty, guys, so let's go ahead and go over Monspeet real quick for the Red Monspeet. This character is not that great, but the first ability is the exact same thing as the Ikimas ability from Red Escanor. As you can see, it does about 27 counts and completely ungeared at level 60. Goes to 240% starting, going up to 300%, and finally 500%. It's going to, of course, increase ultimate gauge by +1 and +2 at levels 2 and 3, respectively. And the next up, we have the second ability for Monspeet, which is going to be his area effect weak point ability. This one got buffed recently when the weak point actually got revamped around the same time that Detonate got revamped and all that stuff, where it's actually been, instead of going from 60% starting at level 1, it's actually an 80% going to 110 and finally at 170%. Weak point, of course, triples damage against any character that has a debuff. But you can see that against this character right here, he doesn't have a debuff right now, so we're going to go ahead and drop the ultimate, which is going to remove all stances from enemies and inflict damage equal to 280% attack, as well as apply 2 ignite effects. Now, if I do that and then apply the area effect attack, you can see that the area effect attack that's going to be on enemies is going to do significantly more damage than it was previously. You can see it doing about 20. This is an area effect attack, not single target, by the way. Completely area effect. So imagine this hitting against all enemies. It does a pretty decent chunk of damage. If you like the way that Shin works out and the way he doesn't damage, it's pretty cool. So it's very, very similar to that. So for Monspeet's ultimate, not the greatest because it goes from 280% all the way to 420%. Not really the greatest for damage, but he's okay. Now, his passive ability is going to decrease the ultimate damage that he takes by 30%, which is not the best, as I said. And the commandment for him is going to, for all allies and enemies, well, you're not going to gain any ultimate move gauge from using skills. Your only way to get the ultimate gauge is by using the skill that he has here from increasing ultimate gauge, moving cards, and characters' ultimates that actually increase ultimate gauge. Now, Monspeet overall subsets has very, very decent subsets, so he's going to be a very good force to work with if you do build him properly. Alrighty, guys, so let's go ahead and go over Green Monspeet. Now, Green Monspeet has a first ability that is going to be a weak point single target attack, different than his weak point area effect attack that I did before. And you can see it only does about 10,000 damage. It doesn't really do that much because weak point, of course, relies on a debuff to be on the enemy. You can see here it goes starts at 120%, then goes to 180%, and finally 300%. Then the major difference between weak point attacks on the global version and the Japanese version is that weak point on the global version actually starts at 110%, then goes to 170, and finally 270%. Or sorry, I think it's 165 here. Now with weakness, anytime a character has a debuff that's going to triple the damage. Now, the other ability that he has is going to be a very, very cool and new ability that's going to do 220% of damage against one target, and it's going to deplete ultimate gauge by 1, as well as delete 1 enemy target skill. You can see it's not doing a ton of damage here, doing 220%, and finally at 360% at max rank, where it's going to delete 2 ultimate gauge as well as 2 ults. Now, the thing that's really interesting about this Monspeet is his passive ability, and Monspeet's passive ability is going to increase all damage dealt by 100% when attacking enemies with an Ignite debuff. Now, applying the Ignite debuff, now let's look at these skills again. For the rank 1, did no damage before, but look at that, a 45,000 1-star ability from a level 60 character. He does insane amounts of damage with Ignite applied to the enemies, and as you can see, massive damage, 59,000 on the 2-star, and finally for the 3-star for Monspeet, it does over 100,000 damage. This is ungeared at level 60, so you can kind of tell that he is pretty darn strong. Now the thing is, with this weak point attack, that's going to scale really heavily, but remember this did about 20,000 damage at rank 1, and now at rank 2, boom, 26,000 damage, non-crit, and let's go with the 2-star ability, which is the same amount of damage, but let's see if we can get the better animation and the crit. 27, still no crit. And finally, the ultimate ability here, or the 3-star from this ability, 42,000. So you can see the damage is pretty decent on both, and they actually get ramped both times. Let's go and reset it real quick so you can see the damage difference again. About 20,000 on the crit versus 27,000. So big damage increase there from Monspeet. Now, of course, he does have a really low critical chance at 20%, 150% critical damage, which is really unfortunate, but he does get a large amount of cosmetics, and he does get free cosmetics later on, which is really cool. So the number one question I'm going to be asking on this banner as far as units go is this unit a skip? Yes, it's a freaking skip, dude. Of course it's a skip. But if you are a whale, this unit's really fun. And I'm going to go right here. Okay. So clearly, my Monspeet is at 11,000 attack right now, okay? My Escanor is at 15,600 attack, fully super awakened, 6-star, blah, 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 blah. Let's go check out Monspeet real quick. I was kind of baffled by this, okay? In no way did I think this was going to be godly, but it actually was. I was really surprised. It was super, super interesting. So, my Monspeet is level 60 right now, okay? I'm gonna throw up an Ignite from Escanor, which is 180% attack card right here, okay? I'm gonna throw out just the normal 220% raw damage attack from Monspeet, and then I'm gonna use an Escanor 2-star. And we're gonna see what hit harder, because this is what do you mean, my guy? Escanor Ignite, Monspeet, 45k. He already hit harder. Not even the weakness attack. And oh my god. Oh my, level 60, unsuper awakened. No UR gear. Literally just SSR gear. I shit you not. I had no idea how much of a fucking god this guy was. Holy shit. Okay, clearly, this needs some explanation, because I had no idea. Okay, so first off, Monspeet only has like 46% pierce, really low crit chance, obviously, very high crit damage, decent resistance subsets for crit resistance and crit defense. I had no idea that this character was such a god. This is a weakness-based attack, by the way. This one right here is the new weakness-based attack. I can't use it right now. But let's refresh and do that again, because that was insane. All right, while that's loading, so his second ability, which is one I just used, is 220% raw damage attack on one enemy, and then at rank 2, it's raw damage attack and deplete an ultimate move gauge and delete a skill, okay? So it has the delete skill mechanic as well. His commandment is fire. It prevents the most toxic thing in Grand Cross, besides Pierce, as well as Red Escanor. It's Ulti Rush. He counters Ulti Rush, because he prevents anyone from gaining ultimate move gauge from using any skill. The only people who can gain ultimate move gauge are Escanor when he's using his Ikimas ability, when he gets that +1 ultimate gauge, and the only other way they can ultimate gauge is by moving and merging cards. That's the only two ways of getting ultimate gauge now. All right. So now, I'm going to go ahead and hit this dude with one of these. I'm going to use Monspeet's other ability. Then I'm going to go ahead and use an Ikimas. This is Monspeet's weakness-based ability. Okay, there's a 51k crit there. So here's Monspeet's weakness-based ability. 50k at 11,000 attack, my guy. Holy fuck, this guy is a god. He's the one-tap machine. I'm not going to lie to you and say that Monspeet's a must pull because obviously LV Melly is a god, but holy shit! This was very surprising. And why, Sekapoko, why does this hit so hard? Well, let's go ahead. I'm going to show you this. Now, here's the damage again on another red unit without Ignite, okay? Very different damage we're going to see here. This is going to be very, very different damage. So, you can see it clearly. Damage without Ignite, boom, 20k. Almost nothing. But if you have an Ignite, one Ignite, it's all it took, is one fucking Ignite. You can use D-Melly. You can use a bunch of characters with this unit. And he's literally a fucking god. Oh my god. I had no idea that this unit hit this hard versus Escanor. I've never seen the two side by side before. But now that I have, this guy's a fucking legend. Okay. As far as must-pull units, Lost Vein Meliodas is the must-pull unit. You gotta get him. But Monspeet, though? I had no fucking clue that this guy was this big. So this is awesome. I'm very interested in running this character. Very much want to try this. He's going to be really interesting to see with the new anti-heal mechanics, etc. That's going to be fun. But if you didn't know, Weakness recently got reworked on the Japanese version with the new Easton update. Weakness, instead of doing 110% damage on the first skill, now does 120% damage. And that doesn't seem like a lot, but that's basically an extra 30% extra damage that you're getting on top of that. And at rank 3, that's an extra 90% damage that you're getting on your cards. The reason it goes like that is because weak point or weakness is a triple damage attack based on any debuff. So you get that damage, plus you get the 100% damage, so it goes through the freaking roof. Monspeet is a coin shop unit. You can actually purchase him right now in the coin shop whenever you want to, because this unit is fucking phenomenal. I had no idea, no clue that this unit was this strong. Just because there was too much LV Melly meta, there was too much craziness, and in this current meta for global, the amount of things that you could run potentially with this character is like insane to me, because I had no idea that a unit that was this powerful could be brought to the game. Another unit you can use is like Melascula. You would use whatever. Here's him. He's in the coin shop, as you can see, for 10 coins. You can get it for 7 coins, whenever. This is a unit that you could potentially use. Lost Vein Meliodas obviously is the meta unit. You should be saving for LV Melly. But if you're not a meta player and you don't care as much, or if you're more of a whale and you wanted to dabble in this game a little bit further and try out different teams and shake up the meta, this is a unit that could do that. It goes against the ulti rush grain. It goes against a lot of other things. And what I've heard a lot in PvP lately is that many people are kind of bored of the current Pierce meta slash a red, mono red meta, etc. This is a unit that can definitely shake things up a bit and give you that extra edge and oomph that gives you that really fun play in PvP. I would say that Green Monspeet is one of those characters that's really, really, really fun. The unfortunate thing about Green Monspeet, though, is cosmetics. Now, hear me out on this one. Now, Green Monspeet and Red Monspeet share cosmetics, of course. You get a lot of cosmetics for free. They also get the school cosmetics for him as well. The school cosmetics are these school ones right here you can see that they're wearing. And these ones, they come out for free. You can see these white gloves here, and then you get the schoolboy hat here. All of these you get for free on the Japanese version. The reason you got these for free is because they came out with an event. A lot of these cosmetics came for free. That was the first start of when they started giving a lot more free cosmetics. As far as other cosmetics, he does have a UR headpiece. There are some other SSR headpieces, and he did also get the Christmas cosmetics as well. So Christmas cosmetics do come out for Monspeet, and he does have 2 different event sets of cosmetics. But the reason cosmetics are kind of a problem for him is because of the amount of cosmetics that you're going to get later on makes it so that they're so delayed on the cosmetic gains that Monspeet may not be as good in the global meta because of that. But because he's such a cool unit, I definitely want to try him out some more. Alright guys, well, my name is Sekapoko. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did enjoy the video, of course, like and subscribe, all the fun stuff. And you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.